to go for it. They'll pull Shepard off at the last instant, and the Shorthorns will go for it. Clock running, 6:05 left. Ball game well in control. Horns up 32-6, looking for more. Sarton wants to pass. Looking. Has a man. That's Adams. It's caught at the goal line. And he's down at the goal line, Jeff. And it's going to be turned over on downs. It was 4th and goal from the 26. He got 25 3/4.
Excellent call. Just a little bit of bad luck. With the 4th down call, you're going to have first down for Rice, but you've got him pinned deep. Now's the time you need to put a heck of a rush on defensively and get him back in the end zone. Get the ball back right now.
If Adams falls backwards instead of sideways, then he's got 6. It's a gain of 26 yards. Man, that is close, awfully close. But the Horns defense will come right back in and try to shut him down with 5:53 left in the contest. Schulenburg up 32-6. That was a great that fade route again. Great catch and pass and catch, and it just a little short. 1st and 10, Rice Raiders. They're pinned way deep in their own area. At about the 1-yard line. Thomas wants to pass. Looking and caught. Bozel thought about possibly going for the INT, but he laid back and didn't want to get burnt.
Well, he could have. If it went for that way and missed it, the guy had some open field behind him. A good play, like Houston says, bend but don't break. Give him the 2-yard catch. They still got that's a chancy pass in the flats like that. It could have been easily picked off and just walked in. A gutsy call by Coach.
I tell you what, you'd rather give him that 2-yard gain than give up a 98-yarder, 99-yarder, no doubt. That's a heads-up play by Bozel and made the good, strong tackle. 2nd and 7 for the Rice Raiders. Thomas will give it to Cotton. He's met by Mark and a whole host of Schulenburg Shorthorns, including Paco Valenzuela. Gintard is in there. Romine is also there. It's a gain of 4, 3rd and 3. Okay, 3rd down 3, 4:50 left to go in the contest. 3rd down and 3. Rice taking their time. Really taking their time. Shorthorn defense trying to pin them deep, force a punt, or force a 4th down play. Charlotte Thomas come to the line. Roll outside looking. In traffic, throws it, and it's caught for a 1st down. And then driven down by Bozel, Gintard, and Aiding. The pass was completed to Andre Hatton, and Shorthorns a little. I don't know if you can call it a prevent defense, but they were giving them a lot of room there in the secondary.
He's playing a little soft. Again, you think back to what he was saying about give him the short play, but don't give him the big play. Let them run. They're taking a lot of time between plays. Let them run this clock down. This could be possibly the last drive of the game.
Very well could be, with the Shorthorns leading 32-6. Split out to each side. Tight end is to the right. We have split backs for Rice. Thomas, your man under. Dropping back to pass. Stepping up in the pocket. Throwing and tipped around and incomplete. Romine with the coverage and Bozel with a good lick. What were you saying, Jeff?
It looks like the tight end's setting a pick and the referee's letting it go. He's setting a pick on the halfback and kind of letting it go. And maybe they're not looking for it this late in the game, trying to get the game over with. But you got to watch those things. It's illegal as it gets.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. It's a second down call now, 2nd and 10 for the Raiders. Shorthorns up 32-6, 3:45 left in the contest. Twins out to the left. Handoff middle, Cotton has a few yards and then wrapped up and knocked down. Sam Brown on the play. Ginnert and Romine. Bozel also in on there. A gain of 4. It's 3rd down and 6. Schulenburg Shorthorn cheerleaders being introduced to the Rice Raider crowd. Cheerleaders include Jill Herzick, Jamie Gallup, Brandy Bohach, Christy Kutzian, Tyra Porta, Lindsey Camp, Bree Holtz, Annie Sawyer. The mascot is Connie Pavlik. Some Shorthorns getting on late to the play. Greg Chernyshek is in. It's 3rd and 6. Looking to pass. It's caught. And then a missed tackle. And Mahalik goes down. That's Weesey. Weesey gets up to the 40-yard line. That's a gain of 16 and another first down. Shorthorns a little late on getting the defensive players into that series, as Anders and Chernyshek came in late from the sideline. First down and 10, 2:50 left in the contest. Split backs, twins to the left. Handed off. Cotton knocked down by Gintert at the 44. It is a gain of 4. It is 2nd down. Ball at just shy of the 40. We'll call it the 44. 2:10 left to go, and Rice may be wanting something to build on with this possession, Jeff.
They're working on a little bit of a pride here. A score of 2 touchdowns against the #1 team. That's saying a lot. Even though, Schulenburg didn't have a great night, it looks like tonight. They're kind of flat, possibly.
Handed off to Cotton, breaking tackles to the 40, 35, 30, 25. He's going to score. Touchdown. A touchdown by James Cotton, and now flags down on the field, Jeff, at the 25.
The referee missed the clip for the first thing. Then the Schulenburg boy retaliated, and they got him. It always is the second man who gets the retaliation.
We'll see the call. It's a gain of 57 yards for a touchdown by Cotton. The flag remains on the field like dirty laundry at the 25. Dead ball, personal foul against the Horns. With 1:54 left, the 6 points will stay on the board. Rice has played a good second half, but that 19-point deficit they got in at the first half kind of spelled the story for this one. Then when the Horns came back and scored to start the third quarter. Rice is going to go for it, go for the 2. That's a 56-yard run by Cotton. 2-point conversion is coming. 32-12 our score with 1:54 left. Rice doesn't have enough players on the field. They're forced to call a timeout. So 1:54 left, and Schulenburg leading 32-12. Rice will go for 2, and then, of course, we'll see the onside kick. Well, if nothing else, of course, this game pretty much put in the books back in the third quarter when the Horns went up 32-6 and then held on defense. If nothing else, you said it builds a little pride for the Rice Raiders.
Well, one thing you got to look at what Hoosman does. He puts in a lot of underclassmen to play, building for next year also. That's been the trademark why we've had such depth years after year, going into the playoffs, extra weeks of practice, getting playing time during a lot of games during the season. When they get up to the starting position, they have played more than most people have played when they get to their starting position. It makes a big difference when Hoosman utilizes these players and get them some experience early. When
you're playing 12, 13, 14, 16 games a year, yeah, there's no doubt about it. Rice will be going for 2. Shorthorn football brought to you every Tuesday night by Baumgarten Matula, Bruce and Cindy Bozel, 3D Belt Company, Charles and Gary Bout, Gail Bout, Oak Ridge Smokehouse Restaurant, Tom and Dolores Sanders, Gallup Supermarket, Leo's Stop and Shop, Leo's Sheer Genius, and upstairs at the downstairs. Record Rack, Barry and Melissa Shepard, Carrie and Laurie Bauer, Gene Barber and Christine Gintert, and Royce and Jeanette Hujae. 1:54 left. 32-12, Horns lead Rice. And the Raiders will go for 2-point conversion after the 56-yard run by Cotton. Handed off to Cotton. He will break through on the veer, score 2 points. And with the 1:54 left, our new score is Schulenburg Shorthorns 32, the Rice Raiders 14. This is Schulenburg Shorthorn football. Schulenburg Shorthorns lead it 32-14. We are really battling the crickets and moths. A minute and 54 left in this one. It'll be glad we can turn out the lights. Get set for a homecoming. Friday night, Shorthorns against Manor. We'll see you out there. Don't forget, Booster Club meets at noon on Fridays at the HE Cottage. Come out and join us for lunch and be a member of the Shorthorn Booster Club. Jeff, the penalty of the unsportsmanlike will be assessed on the kickoff, and now Rice will shoot it from the kick it from the 45. We've got the hands team up at the front. All the people with good hands like Joseph Moore, Eric Ading, Jared Schrammett, Kurt Bezetsny, Kevin Mark, and Steven Adams up on the front line, and then a short second line. Shepard, Anders, and let's play, it's a short kick. Anders will catch it. Drop it. Pick it up. Loose football. Rice is going to have it. They do. No, Schulenburg has it. Did they go back the other way? Schulenburg has the football. Well, it looked as though Anders had it taken away from him from under his legs, but Jeff, some kind of way, he got back under it.
I can understand it. To me, I saw the Rice last boy with the ball. Must have been some shuffling under the pile again.
Well, the Horns will have it. First down. Too early to start. I tell you what, we may see the air attack right here. 32-14. Horns have the game well in control with 1:50 left, but you never know. Sarton, no, he'll give it to Anders. They're trying to strip him. Goes to the 25. Todd does a good job of holding on. Gain of 6. And a second down. Chernyshek checks into the line. He will check in for Donovan Hujae, left guard. Chris Urick still there, along with Dustin Bozel. Segura. Also into the game now, Paco is at Valenzuela. Handed off right side, Todd Anders looking for the corner. Nice cut inside. Todd Anders has the first down. That's Brad Mychek who got in there late. Tight end position. Big play for Todd Anders and the Shorthorns as he gets the first down. Now the clock is at a minute 3. And a timeout by the officials to attend to one of the Rice Raiders. We have seen more people get bunged up tonight. And it's really been a tough situation. Minute 3 left. Jeff, your assessment of the ball game, Horns, I would guess you would agree with me, a little sloppy tonight? A little sluggish?
A little sluggish, you can expect that from last week's game. But you do have to remember one thing. We're playing without a number 1 back tonight. That does make a difference. 32 points without your number 1 back in the backfield is nothing to sneeze at.
No, not when Sarton throws for over 200 yards and you got Wright with 85 yards, Raines with 77 yards offense, and yeah, no doubt about it. I think you could expect a little letdown. Being a 45-point favorite also says a lot. You start taking practice a little less serious as it gets down to it.
Well, Hoosman had mentioned before that the boys were maybe looking past the game a little bit. That's to be expected. Playing away from home, like you said, the 45-point favorite, that's a little outrageous in any high school game, I expect. 45 points is a ton of points. Anything can happen. Weather, anything. That's just a little bit outrageous.
Well, we're here with a minute 3 left, and Schulenburg on top by the score of 32-14 with 1:03 left in our football game. This is Shorthorn football. So the Horns will set up after the injury to Tim Teague. Taken off the field. Inside of a minute to go, Schulenburg on top, 32-14. And the Horns are going to sit on the football as it's first down and 10. Sarton will just he fumbled it, and he takes a knee, steps back, and says, okay, we've had enough play here tonight. Schulenburg's going to win this one by the score of 32-14. Jeff Frosty's going to have some final statistics for you. Don't forget, Friday night, Schulenburg with a homecoming game against the Manor Mustangs. And that will be at Shorthorn Stadium, of course, homecoming. Come out and join us. If you can't be there, or even if you are there, we want you to join us for the cable cast next Tuesday night at 7 o'clock. Sarton will take the knee one more time. There he goes. And let's put this one in the book. The Horns avenged last year's loss to the Rice Raiders, and they moved to 2-0. It was not pretty, no doubt about it, but it was a win. And you'll take it, and you're now 2-0, and we'll hold on to the #1 ranking in the state. Final score, the Schulenburg Shorthorns 32, the Rice Raiders 14. This is Shorthorn football. So the Schulenburg Shorthorns and the Rice Raiders shake hands, say see you next year in Schulenburg. The Horns move out to 2-0 on the year and get ready for the homecoming game on Friday night against the Manor Mustangs. We'll have some statistics for you coming up in just a few moments. The Shorthorns win this one 32-14. Once again, Steven Sarton, well over 200 yards passing tonight. Offensively, running the football, the Horns, Jason Houston only carried the ball a few times and then sat out the rest of the ball game. He had the hamstring bothering him from last week. And Bradley Wright, David Raines did the bulk of the running, as Jeff will tell you. Sarton, 3 more touchdown passes tonight, a season high now of 6 touchdown passes, and close to 500 yards passing in 2 ball games. Quite impressive for the senior. So the Shorthorns get the pep talk from Coach David Hoosman, telling everybody a good game, get ready for a tough week of work, and we'll suit it up Friday night at home against the Manor Mustangs. Cameraman, of course, tonight, Greg Uola. Aaron Strick on sound. Jeff Proschke with the color commentary. Of course, I'm Kevin Fishbeck, and we're going to have the stats for you of tonight's ball game. Shorthorns not overwhelming tonight as they were in week #1, but it was enough to get the job done, and it was enough for the victory, and I guess that's about all you can ask for. Is a win, and you move up to 2-0, keep your #1 state ranking, and the Schulenburg Shorthorns will try to hold that throughout the season. The scoring review tonight, we'll let Jeff take a look at the stats. First, let's tell you how they scored in the first quarter. 7:57 left. Steven Sarton found Kevin Mark in the end zone for 8 yards all alone. Schrammik's PAT made it 7-0. Then the Shorthorns were stopped on 2 straight possessions inside the 10. They wouldn't score again until Sarton sneaked it over for 1 yard with 2:30 left in the half. PAT no good, 13-0 Horns. Defense held, got the punt. 1:03 left in the first half. Sarton found Jamie Jackson for 8 yards, and that made the score 19-0. In the third quarter, Schulenburg took the opening kickoff, start the second half, and then capped it off on Wright's 3-yard run, 25-0. 6:02 left in the third. Thomas found Bishop for the touchdown pass, cutting lead 25-6. But less than a minute later, 58 seconds later, the Shorthorns would strike again. This time, Sarton to Jackson, 52 yards. See you later. Shepherd's PAT made it 32-6. Rice would score with 1:54 left in the contest on a 56-yard run by Cotton. The 2-point run by Cotton made it 32-14, and that was the final score. As we take a look at the statistics, Jeff, once again, the Horns played good football, had a very balanced attack.
Yes, very balanced. If you can say it was 7 yards difference between passing and running. We'll start off with the rushing statistics. We'll start with Rice. Godley had 5 carries for 15 yards in limited action. Cotton carried the ball 10 times, 90 yards, and a touchdown. Thompson, 9 carries for 3 yards. Thomas, the quarterback, 2 carries for 15 yards for a total of 123 yards. For Schulenburg, Wright was the leading ball carrier, 13 carries, 85 yards. Raines, 13 carries, 77 yards. Houston in limited action, 6 carries for 33 yards. Anders, 3 for 17. Sarton, 3 for 11, for a total of 223. Passing, Thomas of Rice, 7 for 17, 89 yards and 1 TD. Sarton was 15 of 20, 230 yards and 3 touchdowns. Another great night by Sarton. Receiving, For Rice, Wheezy with 4 catches, 55 yards. Bishop, 1 for 15 yards and a touchdown. Spears, 1 for 15 yards. And Henderson, 1 for 12 yards. For Schulenburg, Jackson, 6 catches, 107 yards, 2 touchdowns. Adams, 5 catches for 76 yards. Mark, 2 for 29 with 1 touchdown. Bezetsny, 1 for 7. And Schramek, 1 for 10. The totals, Schulenburg with 452 yards of total offense, and Rice with 212. Kevin?
Jeff, the story once again, Schulenburg does what it takes to win, and they win it tonight by the score of 32-14. Friday night, it's homecoming at the Shorthorns Stadium, the Shorthorns against the Manor Mustangs. Once again, thank you for joining us each and every Tuesday night here on Channel 16 beginning at 7 o'clock. We'll be back on the air next Tuesday. Greg Yola, our cameraman. For Jeff Prosky, I'm Kevin Fishbeck. Horns win 32-14 over Rice. So long, everybody.